Hello, it's Kanisha. I'm back with another video. Now, this topic may spark some controversy, but it is a joke, but not a joke because, of course, we don't take going to church lightly. However, when I was talking to an individual, I was asking them about going to church, and they were saying, no, I don't go to church because I have to basically get my exercise. And I said, but that's one time a week. And they're like, yeah, if I engage in that, I can't get my exercise. It's not funny. But I was just thinking, what? What? One day a week? Maybe 2 hours out of, and I'll say 24, but 16? What? I don't know. That caught me off guard and I laughed. And so I don't know if it was a shy laugh. I don't know if it was an opportunity that I was supposed to actually tell them about the gospel, because I just thought that was wild for them to say it was no benefit for me going to church. And I don't know if that's just the day and age that we're in right now, and that's why we see so many people that are trying to do so many illustrations in the pulpit to keep people engaged, to keep them wanting to come back, to keep them entertained. And I don't think that's the job of the church, to keep us entertained. No, and I say job, but of course we are to have our own relationship with the Lord. I feel like coming together, it actually helps build up our faith, and also just gets us around like-minded people, but also hearing the word from one of God's shepherds. So of course I don't say, if someone decides they don't want to go to church, that's fine. But the reasoning behind it is something that I'm just like, okay, well, do still, read your Bible? And I didn't go into detail because I was so shocked that the person was saying that they didn't think it was beneficial, and if they went, they could not get their exercise. So I'm just like, Lord, what is this? Is church not considered healthy? Because I would think, like the word says, that, what was the word? Look at me. I was thinking of the word. Oh, man should not live alone. Man should not live alone. Man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. And so I know they talk about, and I say the Bible talks about, do not forsake the assemblance of yourselves. And that talks about, of course, going to church. And so that's what people are really like, yeah, you should be going to church. I'm not here to tell people that what they should and shouldn't do as far as going to church. However, if we're not in the church, if we're not going to a building, however, we should be reading our Bibles. And so I don't know if this person is a Christian or not, and I don't know if that's why the Lord has allowed me to be around them. But hopefully, I've been a good witness to them. I don't know, but that was just so unheard of for me. I mean, it just really shocked me. So, yes, is the church considered healthy, and is it a place that we should go to get spiritual filling? And I feel like the answer to the latter, um, get our spiritual filling, that could be a maybe, because I do believe we should have our own relationship with the Lord. However, I don't think you should just not go to church just because you say you don't get your exercise. So that was kind of wild to me, and I hope that the Lord brings clarity on that, and maybe you'll get some clarity as you're listening to this video, because we need clarity in this day and age. And of course, I'm not a person who wants to waste time. So if that's what the person was, maybe that's what they were saying, that they didn't feel like that was conducive to the time that they were spending there. They didn't feel like their time was worth it. And I couldn't necessarily say that I will blame them, because if I'm going somewhere and I'm having an expectation to get something, then it's just like, okay, if I'm not getting this, then is it me or is it this place? And of course, we don't want to get to the place where we're church hopping, but you do want to get a place where you can sit and feel like you're getting filled, getting the knowledge that the Lord is wanting you to have in this season of life. So I do believe that the church is an important place for us to go if that is where the Lord has called you to go, and if that's what He's calling you to do in this season. But I do believe there may be seasons where the Lord is saying, no, you don't go to church this season. So we have to make sure that we're in tune with the Lord and allowing Him to guide us, and not people in the pulpit, because of course those people are just men as well. So, and I say men, man, meaning woman or man. So thank you so much for watching this video. Like I always say, saca mi que quieres ver en otros. Until next time, bye.